What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the warehouse series. So today, something a little bit different. I was contacted by a couple of Discord members that work at the same warehouse. They said, we're going to do a little pallet build off. Would you be the judge? I said, absolutely. I said, that would be something cool to do. Another benefit of being in Discord, guys, is we do like to have fun over there. For having around 600 members, it is relatively pretty good over there. I mean, we don't really get in any battles. I think since I've been doing Discord for probably, a year now or over a year, I think I've only deleted a couple conversations that were getting a little out of hand. But other than that, things are pretty cool over there. We're all, just a big warehouse family over there having fun and, helping each other out. So if you're not a member of Discord, I highly recommend you do that. If you guys want to do all this stuff, I really appreciate it. So when I get to this build off, remember guys, when I did this in the past, I am very well nitpicking. All right, this is a contest. So the things that I preach on this channel, I am definitely going to be looking for that inside these pallets that we're going to be looking at. So with that being said, today's two Discord members is Cole Wolf and Bryant Foster. So let's take a look at their work. All right, guys. So when I did these pallets, I tried to match up product if I could. I'm trying to get the similarities within the, I tried my best on doing that, matching the pallets up. So we're going to look at every pallet individual. So this is, we're going to look at one of Cole Wolf's, one of Bryant's, and we're going to get back and forth like that. So this is the first picture of Cole Wolf. I like it. We got a nice solid base of jars. And guys, and I'm also going to, this is also going to be a teaching moment for newer selectors if you're watching the channel. So I like going into this stuff. But see how we are not worried about tying in. Now, we might have different cases in the back. We're not worried about, okay, we got this full layer here. We're going to hurry up and switch the direction of this layer. He did it here too. So, we didn't put a PRA or whatever down and hurry up and, switch this back. I like the stacking of this. Double stack, even this is a column, and then when we get our opportunity to tie in, we tie in. It is so funny how you can compromise pallets big time by trying to get that, tie-in corner like I always talk about. Pallets turn out a lot more solid this way. We got our salad dressings towards the front. That's the way I like to build. We have one salad dressing upside down. Guys, I tell you all the time, all liquids should be upright. Why? I have been selecting for 25 years, and it is very far and few between, but it does happen where we'll get products where at the factory, Ken's Rice, wherever the heck they make this stuff, we'll get products that come with no lid or a broken lid. So my theory is if I'm building a pallet, I can't see inside that case. So I don't know if it's missing lid or if it's got a cracked lid or a broken lid. So my job as a selector, in my opinion, is to keep all liquids upright. That way, if there is a defect in that case, with one of the products inside, it's not going to leak all over the other products that are also below it. So that is why I'm a big firm person of keeping liquids upright. But other than that, these two pallets are really looking good. I can't see anything on here besides this one case being upside down. The case above it upside down, it's just bars. It's not going to hurt anything. So I like it. I like this pallet, and let's see what I put it up against. I put it up against Brian's first pallet. I like this a lot. I really do. I really, really, really like this pallet. Doing really well, keeping light cases together. We got a lot of Pringles as a base back here. Guys, see how we got, we separated a little bit, got nice little gaps. We made sure this was bridged from one Pringle to the next. We got a big case on the corner. We stuck our Ben's Rice in the middle. I tell you all the time, those Ben's Rices are very weak. We want to keep them upright, and we want to point them in towards the middle, and we don't want them on a corner if we can help it. If I put my Ben's Rice on a corner, it's somewhere up high where it's not going to be. I always fill in gaps with those cases. I look forward to those cases. Now, we got one case, not a huge deal. It's a smaller case going in the direction I don't like. So that's the back pallet. Let's move to the front pallet. So you guys, we got a nice starting base right here. We got liquids, and then we got pickles or whatever. But you guys are know where I'm going to go with this. This is back to saying we will try to be a level layer at all cost, and that's what we're doing right here. We turned all these barbecue sauces on their sides, which is not a good idea. For one, it is a type of liquid, but two, these boxes possibly can crush. Remember guys, when the factories or whoever's making their product, they make it so the box being upright is its strongest point, because I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure these have perforated lines on them. When you put stuff on its side, you're going to start compromising the cases. So I definitely am not, I see where you're going with it. You're trying to keep it level, but I'm not a fan of the barbecue sauces on their sides. Other than that, though, I mean, this is a lot more pieces than the other pallet. Like I said, I tried matching these up as good as possible, matching up like products. This is a tough one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these pallets, and then I'm going to rate them at the end. I'm going to tell you which one I think is better. Nice and square, so let's get on to the second set of pictures. All right, guys, so the second set of pictures I'm going to look at is this one right here. So I tried to pick, both of these have tidy cats on the bottom. For you new selectors out there, remember I'm using this as a teaching tool. We got nice even gaps down here. Now we got a pallet broken down here. The board's missing. I always say two things with these boards. If you get a board that's broken like this up on the front, which is a lot of them, keep that facing towards your jack. All right, so you're not having a case in the gap leaning backwards and rocking backwards. You want the gap facing towards the jack. Second thing is you want to bring these tidy cats out over the gap. You still want to build according to as if the pallet was there. Now we tucked this one back, but as you can see, this one is brought forward. So he corrected himself and he's trying to get his corner back again. We wrapped a little tight up here. We brought the tricks in a little bit. But guys, what do I say all the time? Cases pointing in. We want big, strong corners. I got a pallet that I'm going to be breaking down on Discord Friday this week that does not do this. They focused on the middle of the pallet being the strong point and the corners being the weak point. We want our corners to be nice and strong. We take two of the same cases. We keep them together. We face them back. This pallet is very well built. I don't think I have pictures all the way around of this. I just have this one, but that's fine because I think the next one is also the same thing. So we got a side view of this one. Once again, we got tidy cats down here. Looks like they're hanging off a little bit. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I got that much tidy cats, but all what I know is if I back under something and it is hanging off, I go finger lengths, guys. If I got a case hanging off a finger, I'm fine with that. All right. Not all the way around though, just in one area. If I have a case hanging off a finger, I'm fine with that. We kept a slippery cat litter in the middle, perfectly done. We got higher corners. We kept our tidy cats here, higher corner, lower inside. We got a slight lean in, which is good, guys. If you got a rock, this is why we keep high corners. If you have a high corner, you'll lean inwards and not outwards. We got a case upright. It says fragile on it. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably a liquid because it looks like we have a lot of, it's possibly a liquid. I'm not 100% sure what it is. We've got a case upside down. Once again, don't know what it is. So case upside down, case upright that says fragile on it. I'm not a fan of that. I would keep it upright. The cereal's perfectly done, but this is a nice square pallet, really done. I actually just noticed in here you got a couple more, it looks like slippery cat litters in there. You kept them in the middle. Exactly how you want to build these pallets. All right, guys, the third set of pictures I'm looking at, let's look at Cold Wolf's first. We got the front view, side view. We got a nice solid base. We got cases here. We stacked up these to equal this, which I like. We got a case that's leaning into a gap. Well, not leaning, but it's in a gap, but it's not going to do anything. We got a nice solid corner over here, so this case is not going to push anything over. We kept our corners nice, tying in. We got, guys, when you top off cases, it doesn't matter if it's on their sides, unless it's a liquid, then I still have a problem with it. But other than that, very nice, solid looking front. Let's look at the side. So right here, once again, we got a bakery bag that's going in the direction of the pallet. I can't stand. Although this pallet still turned out nice, I just can't stand it. I always face my cases in. I just think that you save more space when you face cases in, and you get a better result, in my opinion. I like what we did here, though. We got, high corner, guys. We got we're constantly keeping our corner. See how we have a low inside and a high corner, and you put a bag on top of it, and it's still pretty level. Even though we're dipping in right here, that's not bad. It happens whenever you get bags. So I like this pallet. This pallet is actually very well built. So let's see Bryant's, and let's see what we're going to put it up against. I forgot to crop him out. Yeah, the guy over there with his shirt off. All right, so this one here, once again, guys, I'm going to go all the way to the base of this. We got two different size Gatorades. I do not 10 block these Gatorades because they hang off the side. They're hanging off the side over there. I'm just very particular about how I build, but it is still a solid base. The smaller Gatorades, they're like taller, skinnier ones. They're back here. They're bigger bottles, but they're smaller cases. But yeah, I mean, just a solid base. All the way up to here is just absolutely perfect. And then I just don't get this. So I got our selector at our warehouse that is very good at selecting. He builds just like this, just like you, nice and solid pallets. And he does the same thing with his broths. He puts all of his broths on the side. I just don't get it. Once again, we will do anything to be level at all costs. I'm not a fan of putting any liquid on the side because of what I just said earlier, that, you know, cases do come compromised. So broth could be leaking out all over the Gatorade, and it could be a mess. It happens, guys. That's why I like keeping liquids upright. So all these broths on their sides, I am nowhere even close to being a fan of that. The Gatorade on its side, once again, even though it's at the top of the pallet, it's not going to compromise the cases because you just have a case of lemon juice on top of it. But there's no need for it. That's the case that I put in. I either fill a gap in upright or I just keep it in the middle upright, you know, following the cross, not going this direction. I just don't see the need for it. We got Welch's, you know, is that liquid or is it, if it's liquid or is, it might be like fruit snacks. Yeah, no, never mind. It says fruit snacks on there, so I'm not worried about that. It's not liquid. It's fruit snacks. These Knorrs, if you're new to the channel, keep them upright. Even though they're on top, I still try to keep these upright because these cases just fall apart. You touch them, they fall apart. And I am actually going to go to your back pallet since your back pallet is in the picture. This middle is not good. It's not good. We got a case that's leaning into the gap. And we got a heavier case on top of it leaning into the gap. Even though you corrected yourself right here, there's way too much weight that's going to rock this corner out. Just way too much weight. I like pointing those cases inward. So I can't see what this case is here, but you got two cases, in my opinion, that are in that part of the pallet I can't stand. These cases should have been facing in. This is what I'm talking about. Tying in like this, tying in, tying in. You put a case this way and you immediately thought, oh, I got to go this way. I would have kept everything going the same direction. It would have tied in a lot better if you would have kept these cases facing inwards. All right, guys, so now we're going to look at them side by side. And I'm actually going to go with Cold Wolf on this one. I almost gave it to Bryant. I think for there's so many cases on this compared to this one. We got a nice solid base here of bigger cases. We only got the one case of Ken's upside down. But other than this, I'll be over on here. We got a nice easy base because we have all the same product. We have Pringles. But from here up, you build this pallet so beautifully. Up on this one here, I'm only not picking you because you put all these barbecue sauces on their sides. I think it compromises the cases and it can compromise the product inside. So that's why I gave it to Cold Wolf. But honestly, if these four cases, now you might have this going all the way through the pallet, so you might have a lot more cases on their sides because I'm only looking at one side. If these cases were upright, I would have gave it to you, Brian, because this is a very well-built pallet. You have your system. Keep doing what you're doing. For new selectors, I highly recommend any type of liquid. I don't care what it is. I keep it upright. So that's why I gave this one the Cold Wolf. All right, guys, so the second set of pictures I'm going to look at right here, I'm also going to give the Cold Wolf. And honestly, these two pallets are a tie. But the only reason why I'm giving it the Cold Wolf again is because we got this case that says fragile and it's up on end. If you kept this case upright, even though this cereal would have had a little dip to it, it would have been a perfectly thing. When we do stuff like this, we're looking at looks instead of what's wrong with the product, like what could be going wrong with that product. I don't know what this product is, but it says fragile on it. I would have kept it upright. I would not have put it on end. I don't care if I had a little lower. Being level at all costs, I'm not a fan of that. We got a case here upside down. I'm not sure if it's liquid or not, so I'm not 100% sure what it is. If it's a case that could be upside down, I don't know. I tried looking at the case to see what it is, but just with this case here, everything on this pallet is upright, and I just, you know, that's the only reason why, except for the cereal, which cereal doesn't matter, but you know, that's why I'm going to give this one the Cold Wolf too, just because of this one case. Other than that, Brian, you're building really good, and I'm not trying to down your pallets on what you're doing. Like I said, I'm going with what I preach on this channel. All right, and the third set of pictures, as you guys can see, we got two beautifully built pallets once again. And once again, I am sorry, but I'm going with Cold Wolf again, only because we have all of these broths on their sides. I just 1000% see no need to have the broth on their side. And I'm not even going to go off your back pallet, since we're just going off of one pallet of his. But your back pallet, I don't like it either, because of what I said earlier. We got the Gatorade on its side, no need for it, but it's not going to compromise anything. So basically, it's the broth. All the broths that are on their sides makes me want to vote for Cold Wolf on this one as well. So Cold Wolf, you want all three of them, and it's nothing to take away from Brian. It's what I preach on this channel. No liquids should be on their sides. And like I said, I'm not even judging this back one because it's not right, but it is. I don't like the back pallet as well, but if all of your broths would have been upright, once again, you probably would have won. So you're building really good. We just need to keep our liquids upright. All right, guys, so that's it. Whether you guys agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section below. If any other Discord members want to do this, let me know. I'll be more than happy to judge your pallets for you. This is also why I put a couple surveys over for you guys to answer, for you to pick your winner, because in my opinion, I teach a certain way, and for other people, they might think differently. So that's why I put the polls over there, so maybe you guys think differently. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.